Good morning, happy Saturday. We're gonna give you guys a minute just to hop on while we're getting some things ready. So today we are focusing on the closets, and probably many of you didn't think that would be a room in the house that we would actually focus on, because you think of house cleaning and think of room by room. So it seemed like, hey Lisa, thanks for joining us. Let us know if you can hear us okay. Everything looks good. Just give us a thumbs up or a heart. Good morning, Rhonda. So I think we were running a few minutes late, so we're sorry. So today I have my daughter Danela with me.
Hi.
We're gonna be having a special day. She's gonna be celebrating her birthday on Friday, so we're gonna be doing some girl stuff. So good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Tammy. So I've been promising you guys all week that I would teach you how I make my bulletproof coffee, right? So I have it ready, and we're gonna teach you that first, and then we're gonna jump into the two very simple recipes that I posted this morning. And so this looks like it's gonna be fun. Okay, thanks Christina, she's letting us know that we sound okay. So actually Danela is my coffee connoisseur. She teaches me all kinds of things about it. And typically, the French press is the best way to make your coffee, right Danela?
Yeah.
So today I was running really late, so I just actually threw it in the coffee maker, and I don't always get to make it in the French press. So today we're not doing it in the French press, but I would check out what a French press is if you're not sure. And also when you're making bulletproof coffee, it's important that you get a high quality coffee. There's some things that are done with coffee beans, but basically just kind of Google bulletproof coffee and you'll find out some of those things that would benefit you more to have a higher quality coffee bean. So this is some of the ingredients that we use. I'll let you grab some of these and we'll talk about them. So one thing is our grass-fed butter. So I ordered this on Amazon. It is a little pricey, but it has Madagascar vanilla in it, so it is awesome. So just a little thing about grass-fed butter. It's high in butyrate, which decreases inflammation in humans. It's high in CLA. It has full of vitamins A, lots of antioxidants. So this is something that you would prefer over butter. So it is high in fat, so you're probably thinking, why fat and why coffee? Well, when you combine fat with coffee, it actually gives you a total brain boost, and it also keeps you're curbed from hunger for a long time. So I typically don't even eat anything till about 11 a.m. So I don't measure, I just scoop maybe a tablespoon of the grass-fed butter. I just buy things in bulk. So this is our Frontier Vietnamese cinnamon, and it has 5% oil in it. So I just shake some of that in. That is not an ingredient you'll see in a lot of bulletproof coffee recipes, but I love cinnamon, so I put that in there. So coconut oil. This is not something I actually put in it a whole lot. What I actually use is the actual bulletproof brain octane oil. So coconut oil and this brain octane oil both have something called caprylic acid in it, but the brain octane oil is about 18 times more powerful than you can get in coconut oil. Now coconut oil has a ton of immune boosting properties, so it is really good for you. So sometimes I do throw it in, plus I like the taste of it too. So as an alternative if you don't like coffee. There are alternatives. You can even make it with a tea. Some people make it with teas. I've seen herbal teas, cacao. You can do it different things. Some people don't like caffeine. I unfortunately do like the effects of it. So, so this is why I use the brain octane oil. Like I said, lots of immune boosting benefits with extra virgin coconut oil. Get a high quality. You can now find them in your grocery stores, health food stores, those types of things. Good morning, Holly. So these are some of the other ingredients we use. And then I have something called a vanilla flavoring powder that I get from Frontier. I use that in there, as well as vanilla extract. Now, you can make your own vanilla extract. We used to do this a long time ago. So you just get vodka and you get vanilla beans. Vanilla beans are really expensive. And so I would order them, and then you just put them in a jar, and then you let the vodka soak in there. So you're making like a tincture, it's called. Jeff and I, when we went to Mexico, got the best vanilla ever. It was the best vanilla, but we have used it all, and so I had to grab this at the store. So these are the things we use. So I have a Vitamix. Do we have anybody else who has a Vitamix? They're like the best things ever. I use them twice a day to make a shake and to make this coffee. So we're gonna make this really quick and then we'll make our recipes. So I typically put all of my ingredients in, and so when you first use the Brain Octane oil, you only use about a tablespoon, and then you can increase it to 2. I don't ever measure, guys, remember, hardly ever, so I just kind of pour it in there. Just gonna pour me a little vanilla in there, Daniela, if you can get that open. Now, when you purchase the ghee, the grass-fed butter, it's not refrigerated, but I do keep mine in the refrigerator after I open it. So of course butter, it's kind of hard, so I have to dig at it. And so I use a knife to just kind of bust out about a tablespoon. And then I put that in there. So it's kind of cold, and then we're gonna put the hot coffee on it. It's gonna melt it. And it makes it really creamy, that's why you use it. I think I got a little more than a tablespoon in there. And then I just sprinkle a little cinnamon. You could get a little bit too much cinnamon sometimes, and it tastes a little chalky, so I would watch that. Did you do the vanilla powder yet? Yeah. Do you want to sprinkle it in? You got the vanilla? So I'm going to skip the coconut oil today. It's probably good. Now we're going to pour our coffee in. All right. So now with the Vitamix, I've had like explosions with this thing. It has a lid, but I always just use this lid because it has like this tamper thing, so when you're making a shake, I don't know, it just works better. So I just always leave this attachment on there. But when you're using hot liquid, sometimes it can like fly out of there, and of course I'm wearing white, so if I get, you know, coffee all over that, so I do this. I know it looks funny, but it works. And I always make sure that my mixer or my blender is turned way down. So this is gonna be loud for a second, guys. If I have it plugged in, that would help. Alright, I don't know why, but it like turned on like super high right away. Made a mess. You can see that's why it's a good thing I had the paper towels. But I can bring this over to you. You can see how like creamy it is. And then it will settle a little bit of that fatty stuff on top, but it's delicious. And I always use like a big Yeti cup, and I love rose gold, so I had those specially made. So let's see if we can hold this up here for them to see. So if you guys can see, it's steaming, it's creamy, it's yummy, and you could probably mix it just a hair longer than I did. And then just keep it nice and hot. I haven't had it this morning, that's why I think my brain's a little slow and foggy. So some of the benefits that I love is that you do have that boost of energy that lasts for hours. You're not really hungry for quite a few hours, but the reason why it works is the caffeine with the fat together, because fat is always good for the brain. When you combine that caffeine and that fat, it goes right to the brain, and then you have hours of very productive work. Keeps you really focused. So just trying to see some of your comments here. Yeah, we could use some of it right now too, huh, Daniela? It's been a long week, so Saturdays are usually a little more chill for us, but it's feeling a little crazy this morning. So I hope you guys, like I said, just look it up. There's so much information out there about the MCT, which is what's in this Brain Octane oil, and what's also in the extra virgin coconut oil. And so it's just a lot times higher in here, so you're gonna get a little better benefit if you use this. You can get this on Amazon. There's a company, I guess, called Bulletproof. So this is gonna give you a higher return than coconut oil, although I still highly recommend using extra virgin coconut oil because of the many immune boosting properties that it has. Okay, so let's jump into our closet freshener. So I am using this jar again just because I feel like it's cute, number one. It's the ones that I got at Target that it's just a little easier to hold. And then I have my shaker tap. Now you can just take, because this will actually sit in the closet to keep it fresh. So you're gonna be putting baking soda with some lavender in the jar, and then you're gonna want it to be able to be open. So mine can just pop open, and then what I can do is close it and shake it to kind of freshen it up again when I feel like the closet's getting stuffy. So what it takes is a half a cup of baking soda. Let me grab a measuring cup here, Danila. All right, well, this is a third, so we'll just add a little more. Look at this. Do you want to pour this in for me? We might make a mess because this is a bigger, see what you can do. You might make a little mess. So what you do is just go ahead and put that baking soda in there. Scoop a little bit more here. I'll just pour it. Maybe that would make more sense. How about it? So just get about a half a cup. And then you want to add, since I probably got a little more, maybe put 8 drops in. So the recipe calls for a half a cup of baking soda to 5 drops of lavender. And so, that's good, honey. Then what you do is you can totally just use a jar like this and put holes in it, and then keep it in your closet in the corner, and whenever you feel like it's getting stuffy, shake it up and it will kind of get the aromatic quality of the lavender to come back out. Now you could use any oil you like. Hopefully you guys are checking out our giveaways every day. I don't think I mentioned that at all. You want to shake that up? So in our giveaway today, we were, oh, it's leaking. Maybe it's just over top. We're giving away Elevation as one of the giveaways. So let me tell you about Elevation. We find that it will cover up odors better than almost any oil, like even better than Purify. So one day Jeff just decided to put it in the trash can because this trash can was just smelling a little bad. And I was like, what is that? It smells really good. And honestly, I'm not a fan of Elevation. I don't know why. It's not always been one of my favorite oils, but it smelled wonderful in the trash cans. And we've actually taught a lot of people about that, and they say it works really well too. So you could use Elevation in the closets. You could also use it in the shoe spray we're gonna make real quick here. So the shoe spray is just an ounce of witch hazel. You can get witch hazel at just about any place, like Target, Walmart, any of those places. So I'm gonna open that up. So that's actually just one of the little spray bottles that I got from doTERRA. They now have accessories that you can get. And so this makes it pretty easy. We're gonna fill it up, except that I can't see how full it's getting. And hopefully you guys just print it out. Ooh, I did it too full. We're having a fun day here. Okay. So then you can put in 10 drops of Purify. So this is so simple, but we got these spray bottles from doTERRA's accessory store. So you can now buy some accessories on there. And this is a great thing to put in shoes. Do you ever put anything else in your shoes? I couldn't remember if it was you or Bella that used to like their cleats because they play sports. Come on over here and like the camera a little
I put like sometimes like Citrus Bliss because that's like my favorite oil. Or I put like peppermint in it because it just like smells really good like after you take it out. Mm-hmm. And in my shin guards, I put peppermint in there because it like cools your like legs off a little bit during like practice.
Yeah, those are great. And then gym bags, you guys could use this in a gym bag too. Any type of spray. Gym bags are a place where lots of bacteria like to grow, especially the football players in the summertime. They can really get pretty nasty. Because they do sweat a lot and all those pads. So I know when Joseph played football, we would spray down his equipment, and that way it was protecting him from the bacteria and also keeping it clean and smelling nice. So let me see if I can see some of these questions. When will the purple spray bottles be available? I don't know, although I thought that I saw something out a day or two ago about them, but I don't remember if it was that they were out. So you guys might want to just check back in. Elevation is one of my favorite daily. Love the great tips. All right, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me see. I'm going to slide back down and see if I can see any questions on here. Hopefully you guys are having a fun weekend for Memorial Day. Oh, somebody said they put cinnamon oil in their bulletproof coffee. That was cool. Jocelyn says stick blenders work great too. Just put all your ingredients in. Quarter-size jar, no mess. Let's see. All right, I don't really see any other questions. If you guys do have any questions, let me know. Tomorrow we will be joining you. We're going to be talking about cars tomorrow. So Jeff is going to join me because, you know, guys in their vehicles, you know, they like to keep them all spruced up. So he's going to join me tomorrow, and we're going to talk about some recipes for your cars. And that is our last day. We've been through those 7 days. So it's been really fun spending the week with you guys, and thank you for joining me and interacting with me, and it was fun having Danela on today. She's my mini-me, we call her. She's the one that looks most like me. So you guys have a great weekend, a great Memorial Day. We will see you tomorrow before we end out this week, but I hope you have taken away lots of tips and tricks, and you can do some spring cleaning in a healthy way for your homes. You guys have a great weekend. See ya.